everybody. Coaching for the Soul, Thursday at 3 has begun. Hello, everybody. That is here live. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Please leave a comment, even if it's just hi Bill or an emoji, because YouTube will use those algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet. And help me grow the channel, please. So we'll see who pops on. If you would like to donate, okay, I appreciate everybody who donated last week. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was fantastic. I appreciate everything that you guys helped me with. You can use the stars, or you can also donate on my homepage at billhobart.com. There's a donate tab right at the bottom of the page. If you want to help me out with, if you appreciate what I do, if you like the things we talk about, it's a great way to show gratitude, okay? And I appreciate everything that everybody does for me, as they help me out. So, yes, and readings are still $85 for 30 minutes and $115 for 60 minutes. Hey, Lisa. And memberships are blowing up right now, and I'm so grateful. We had our monthly Zoom meetup last night, and it was another phenomenal time with 3 brand new people. And it was pretty great. It was, it was pretty great. Pretty great. So, yeah. But if you want to be held accountable, if you want a system, membership system that actually has a little bit of boundaries, you get to talk to me 15 minutes or an hour and a half every single month. Yeah, it's really awesome. Because everybody has grown so much in the length of time that they've been in the memberships. It is extremely, it makes me so happy just because I get to see everybody grow and become these people that I don't think they ever thought they would be in a short amount of time. Yeah. So billhobart.com if you want to check out the memberships. There's 5 levels of spiritual guidance and different prices, different times, things like that. But everybody gets in on a Zoom call once a month. It's the 3rd Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And you get to spend time with me, one-on-one. Facebook, Zoom, FaceTime, Zoom, Facebook Messenger video, and on the phone if you don't want to see each other. So it's like whatever works. But that's at billhobart.com. Come and join us. It's pretty fun. Pretty good time. Right now I think we've got 27 members, and it's kind of cool. And some people don't participate in the Zoom. They don't. But they're welcome to, right? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They want to do their own thing, right? They do their own kind of journey thing with Bill, which is fine, But yeah, not sure what we're going to talk about today. I got a little bit, but we got some other stuff. We're going to see what happens. Hey, Susan. Yes, I saw that, my friend. I saw that. Yes. So, I'll see you Sunday, or on Saturday, or talk on Saturday, whichever way you want to do it is cool. I appreciate that. We have a lot to talk about, you and I. We haven't talked to each other in a really long time. So, yeah. So, see, I think that Pat said something about he saw Brenda. This what is so funny is that last night on the Zoom, right? There's so many people that see quantum healer Brenda Tringali, and I'm so awesomely thankful for that because she works miracles. And the people that have gone to her, she clears out all that stuff that you can't get rid of. That's why she's in our lives, truly. That's why we're all in each other's lives, is because Brenda is an absolute amazing healer. And you have an hour's worth of conversation, so she knows really what to work on. And then you have an hour on the table. And an hour on the table is heaven. It is heaven. So I know it helped me 150,000% to get through what I needed to get through to be this guy that I am today. But it was funny to hear everybody talk about that they had seen Brenda, that they whatever, they had gone and done this, they'd gone and done that, and Pat went today, and so and he saw one of the coaching group people there again, yeah, Brenda's pretty good. If you want her information, let me know. And I'll send it out to you, okay? Because she's a miracle worker. I don't know how she does it, but girl does it. And it changes your life. It truly changes your life. Okay, so the pitch is really high. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little astrology because because we always do. Saturn and the planet of boundaries is in retrograde, okay, in Aries. It doesn't like to be in Aries, okay. Uranus is in retrograde. It loves to be in Aries because Neptune is the planet of dreams, of floatiness, of just absolute, just absolute everything, okay. It's not too solid, okay? Well, Saturn is going back into Pisces next week. And it loves Pisces because Pisces is water, right? And Saturn is just intense and it can do a tsunami or it can be nice, just calm, cool, but it's in retrograde. So we get a reprieve when it's in Pisces from being heartsick, from being emotional. As Sherry's saying, very weepy and emotional this week. Me too.
Good afternoon.
Can't make it up. My iPad leans up against the Apple laptop. Happens all the time. Yeah. So that's one cool thing. And then Neptune follows. It doesn't like to be in Pisces, okay? Because it's water. Well, what is mist? Water. So it can't really get a firm grounding on things, which is a good thing because it can really kind of put you in a state of not knowing, So, but the most fabulous thing of all, set your intentions. New moon is the 23rd. Set your intentions now. What are 3 things that you want to accomplish or have happen to you? What do you want by the 3rd week of September? Okay, at 29 degrees of Virgo, it's the last degree of Virgo. This one's in Virgo at 0 degrees. Awesome. So we get a whole freaking time in Virgo to have them bring us what we want. And what is Virgo? Virgo is structure and perfectionism and give. Okay? So that is the 23rd that begins. So ask now. It's the 21st already. Okay? So in 2 days, which will be Saturday, we will have a new moon. All right? And I believe it's an eclipse. So it's a dark moon, which is awesome because we're still in Pisces and Virgo eclipse season. So we have a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse at the end of, I believe it's at the end of September when the full moon is, okay? The greatest thing of all until next year is Venus, or especially until November because it kind of retrogrades. Venus and Jupiter in Cancer, okay? Cancer is about love. Cancer is about giving everybody everything that they possibly want. And Jupiter is the expansion planet. If you want it, speak it. If you want it, speak it. If you want it, speak it, okay? Venus is love and money. But what do you need? Love and money, expansion, and Cancer's like, of course you can have what you want. Of course you can. What do you want? Of course what do you want? Of course, what do you want? Yes. Okay? So get on it, guys. Start manifesting, okay? Because in this turbulent country that we live in, that's a cluster F, we need that to work in our favor, Spirit says, which is very, very, very true. Okay, and it will. That's the awesome thing about it. Okay, is that we are on a different plane, and a different energy, right? And during this time we spend together, you're in my energy, which is extremely high, 5D, and the whole thing. So, and this my energy carries with you even when you watch the video and then you go on and live your life until next week or whatever, right? Okay? But definitely set 3 intentions. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Okay? Because one of the things that was brought up, I believe it was Pat or someone from the memberships, from the group, about I love yous. Okay? And how many I love yous do you say to yourself out loud every single day? 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Okay? Every day. Who else is going to tell you that they love you? 5 or 10 times a day. I'm telling you, it absolutely works. It changes your vibration. It raises your vibration to the point of 5D. And self-love is everything. Like I told the group last night, that the last step to ascension, to 5D, is self-love. It is knowing who you are, giving yourself that love, giving yourself that energy, and knowing who you are, okay? And I think we talked about this last week, where everything that we've done in our lifetimes, doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, okay? There's some greatness in there always. And our self-worth, okay, needs to acknowledge that. For younger people, it's easier. Usually, not always, but usually, because they don't have as much trauma that they've lived through for people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s, right? Okay? So it is very, very important for us to work on that self-worth. And the I love yous work. They truly work, everybody. They truly, truly, truly work. I love yous 5 to 10 times a day out loud. Not in your head. Out loud. Out loud, out loud, out loud. Okay? So, pardon me. Okay, so that's that. Okay, because this is what Spirit gave me before the shower today. Right? Because that's usually when it happens, right? Is right now we are being bombarded with positive and negative energy. The negative energy is 3D, which we live in, okay? The positive energy is 5D, 4 and 5, maybe higher, depending upon yourself, right? So working and understanding through guided meditations, I will stand on that forever, right? That understanding why you're exhausted, because we're getting pummeled with quantum energy every day times 1,000, okay? As you raise in your vibration, your density gets less, okay? Your density gets less. So more things affect you. For me, it is smells, it is taste, all kinds of different things. But smells for sure are really intense, like, whoa, or tasting something that doesn't taste good anymore. Or it's really, 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 really good. So you want to eat more, okay? That is all part of the ascension, okay? Understanding as much as you possibly can and being conscious of, okay, what do I need to do, number one, to protect myself, right? Don't want to have to protect yourself from outside energy because you're protected from spirit. But if your ego, or you feel better if you do, invoke it. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all, right? But eventually you'll get into the knowing that I'm always protected by my guides. I'm always surrounded with divine white light. Always. Everybody in your family is. Everybody in your house is. Your dogs, your cats, your bird, fish, whatever. Our children. Okay? Because as we go deeper and deeper into 2025 and into 2026, it's going to get even more of a cluster F. It's going to, again, I'm going to say this again and again. Pay attention to certain things because you don't want to be caught off guard. For some reason, they're playing with my throat. And them chimes haven't rang all day, and all of a sudden they're like ding, ding, dinging, right? Pay attention to the circuits of the point where the important stuff is important, okay? But try not to get involved in anything that you can't fix, because you can't. You can't. All right. But as you go into your higher dimensional energy, you will realize what you know and what you don't care about. And I'll give you this for instance. I posted today on my Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page that I needed a new headlight on my car. Okay. Well, it totals $502. Really? For a bulb. And then the cost to put it in, right? And when it happened, when I realized it, because I don't drive a lot at night because I do all my stuff in the daytime, I was going to get a lottery ticket just because. What the hell? Why not? And I went to the gas station, and on the way there, it was kind of getting dark, kind of dusky. And I'm like, I don't know why the light doesn't seem like it's working. You know, I don't understand what that is. So, got to the gas station, looked, I thought it was okay because I have two lights, right? And but one light was working, one light wasn't. I didn't realize it till I drove home. I'm like, okay, it's really dark. I don't understand what happened to my headlight, because I've never had a headlight go out in every car that I've ever had, because I've never had a car for this long, and new car's coming, and so I get home, it's on. I'm in the garage. I'm like, okay, gosh, okay, how much is that going to cost me? Oh my God! And I kind of started to spiral, right? Because I'm a senior citizen, let's say, and I have a certain amount of income that I have. And I'm like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I started to spiral a little bit, just a little. And Spirit says, Bill, stop. Stop. I went, things we can't control. They control that. But the great thing is, it got paid for. Appointments are starting to book again. People joining the memberships. Yeah. See? So my reaction at the start was, oh, what the fuck? I don't, really now? Really now? Proving again, which I've talked about before many times, when you spend it, they'll replace it. James. And believing that wholeheartedly, that this is how it works. Okay? You will have an overabundance, trust me, if you embrace that. But I know from doing my work, right? Because I'm in this balance all the time, that all I had to do is say, Bill, stop. And I went, whoop, and I went right back into fifth dimensional energy. Out of 3D, out of the what the kind of stuff, right? Completely gone. Completely gone. I went, yep, Spirit, I get it. I understand. I understand. That's what the deal is. If something happens and you truly believe, this is what the whole thing is, guys. You got to believe it to receive it. You have to believe it to receive it. If you don't, you're really going to be caught with your pants down. Because they can't bring it to you if you're not open to receiving it in the flow. In the flow. Are you allowed a little hiccup? Yes. Is that something that is that is expected? Yes. But then they say, hey, Bill, stop. Completely in balance again. Completely knowing it's going to be fine. All right? Those are the things that we, as a collective, are learning every day. Are we accepting it? No. We put up a fight until we don't fight anymore. Hey, Kirsten. And how does that happen? Guided meditation. When they take all that stuff away from us, and we're open and flowing and not paying attention, not thinking, they hit us with something great. Okay? But we have to believe it to receive it. You have to be in the same energy that what you want is in. Right? And I tell women and men this all the time. They want a partner. They want a wife. They want a husband. They want a whatever. Right? Well, your vibration has to be in fifth dimension for you to attract the right person. You're not going to attract him in 3D. You'll attract more dysfunction. You'll attract guys all day long if you're a female or a gay man, right? Dysfunction. But that's not what your soul wants or needs. That is up here. And I've talked about this since freaking 2017. Maybe 2006, probably 2017, right? I said it, they said it. Did I get it? No. Because I was still in my third dimensional concept mind that I'd been in for 57 years. See? Knowing. I know. And I've discovered this about myself and people in the memberships and also people who I speak with. We have a defense that is that's underlying inside of us. It's either because we don't want to look dumb, and we don't want to look dumb. Because in past lives or in this lifetime, we felt dumb, right? Not aware, whatever your situation is. And it's all about recognizing that, which I've recognized mine this year, big time. In the last freaking 90 days, maybe 120 days, I've recognized it. Like, dude, what are you doing? The resistance that I don't know if it's connected to ego. I'm assuming that it is some type of an egotistical connection, but I truly believe it is a defense against embarrassment, Spirit says. Embarrassment. Because most of us have been in that situation where when we're kids or whatever, young adults, whatever, that's always been me. Because I have a spirit guide who's talked to me all freaking day long, right? On and off, right? But my vibration in my ears ring really, like now, my ears are ringing at octave 10 right now, right? And I'm in that energy. So I'm good. So I'm sharing more and more about myself because you can use me as the person who didn't have a teacher. Didn't have a teacher at all, okay? But we all have some type of resistance that is underlying that until we recognize it, we cannot rid ourselves of it. I've done that pretty much in the last 120 days. Why? They made it apparent. Not even saying anything at all. It just dissipated and disappeared. And I became this flowing human being who doesn't give a hoot about Hooterville. Does not care, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. And I've accepted that. It's the same way with all of us understanding that we have to surrender. You gotta surrender. Because you can think all freaking day long. You can think. And guess what? Chimes. That is all third dimensional survival skills. Okay? Well, Bill, I thought that I would. What are you thinking for? Stop thinking. Bill, I can't stop thinking. Of course you can. Guided meditation. Get rid of the monkey brain. A lot of people who are new in the memberships have monkey brain. That's why they joined. Well, I can't get that. It's too busy. It's just too busy. And there's a new person, Lacey. She's from Alabama. And she's a lovely woman. I mean, they found me for her. And it came out of nowhere. And she booked a reading. We talked for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, right? So I think she booked like a half an hour or something like that, maybe an hour. And bill it just. So I sent her some meditation. She does not like Dr. Joe's voice, which I did not before 2025, okay? And she put a sleeping meditation on, okay? And she's taking care of 2 elderly parents at the same time who are divorced. And her brother's in prison. It's her. She's always been the caretaker. How many of us have been that, right? She listened, again, this is 3 weeks after we met each other. on a FaceTime reading, right? And she put on this night meditation. I don't know how long it was for. She said, I fell asleep in the first 10 minutes. She goes, but when I woke up the next day, My thoughts are no longer there. Completely cleared all of that energy out of her freaking mind. I mean, she would click, 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 click. I mean, just constant. She couldn't pay attention to what we were talking about because she was always wanting to veer off, Again, a lot of that can be the way you were raised. If you're always looking for something, right? Negative, positive, whatever. But mostly it is because we don't have a sense of who we are. So when she did the meditation, and I talked to her I talked to her the next day in her hour-long membership reading, right? She's like, Bill, you're not going to believe this. And she didn't really understand that she was still receiving it like a person in a coma, right? They can always hear what you're saying. They're just in a coma. It's a suspended state, let's say, like sleep. She was so, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's gone, Bill. It's been there all my entire lifetime. But one meditation that they picked out for her, something that I did not send to her, right? She thought, what the hell, I'll do it. Because she had a hard time sleeping. Boom. If you allow your spirit guides, your guardian angels, to lead you on YouTube with a YouTube feed, or Facebook, or TikTok, or Instagram, whatever, their energy. And we had talked 3 weeks before. She was going to talk to me the next day for her first membership reading of an hour, right? And that happened to her. That's divine intervention. See? Again, right place, right time. Everybody has guides that want you to succeed and want you to move forward quickly. It's about de-shedding yourself and being accessible. And this is one thing that she is, because she's a lovely woman, with a lot of responsibility. But they brought her that 3 weeks after we met. A week after she joined the memberships, right? It's important. The energy is important. Because if you invest in looking at social media an hour a day, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Will the algorithm catch up with you? Yes. Who controls the algorithm in spiritual human beings? Them. They can bring you anything and everything that they need you to see, that they need you to do as a meditation. They need you to listen to as a 555 I affirm little short in reels, right? When you do those things, your vibration rises. That's where the goodness is at. That's where your life is going. That's where you have to believe. And I'll tell you what, with the I affirms and the 555s and the 222s, the angel numbers and things like that, like, yeah, okay, whatever. This was probably 2 years ago. Maybe a year and a half. 222, I affirm. 222, I affirm. Okay, yeah, whatever. No, it makes a difference if you believe it or not. Well, I believe that. Miracles happen every day, everybody. And people say to me, well, Bill, when's my ancient money going to come? Where's it going to come from? They won't tell me. They won't tell us. They won't tell us about soul journey, let alone when your money's coming. Because you have to meet the money in fifth dimension after you've done your work. They cannot bring it to you in 3D because you will screw it up. With ego in charge, you will screw it up. You will definitely screw it up. Okay? And so those are just some things that they wanted me to talk about. Today. Yeah. So guess what we're going to do now? Question and answer. So put your question down in the feed and I will answer the question for you. Yes. Because everybody's getting squeezed right now, everybody. Going to get worse. You got to get that spiritual self in front of you, inside of you, embodying you, because it's the one way to survive in bliss the next 2 years, maybe 3 years. Hopefully not that long. I hope not that long. Yes. Dr. Jenny says, I love the idea, concept teaching about ancient money. Everybody, hey Ryan, everybody is going to receive money. Your soul put it away thousands of years ago, before 3D. Knowing your soul is going to reincarnate many, 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 many times on the planet, because we're a freaking experiment. And so far, we ain't, we ain't done too good. It's coming to an end after 12,000 years or more. See? We've come a long way. But we're showing right now that human is what human hears, not what they believe. Not what they believe. Yeah. So go ahead and Angel, I love Angel. She's in the memberships too, and it's the money's coming, but we have to align with it. Just like anything. What do you want? If you want a new house, if you want the boat, if you want the car, whatever, and you'll be the only one who gets it because you're there, right? People around you won't get it. Well, how did you get that? Well, because I'm the spiritual person who, you've changed this light off of you. Exactly. In fact, Angel last night, when she was talking on her portion of the membership Zoom call, it was amazing. Light was going back and forth, and when she spoke certain things, she got bright. And then the shadow moved. And then she, again, her light up again. And then the shadow moved. It is so freaking cool. It was like she was the only one that was happening with last night. It was so freaking cool because they got her. She's excelling in this. She's a Hollywood gal, director, whatever she does with Hollywood type, and she's extremely good at what she does. She went through the period of WTF. I don't get it. I got dicked around by some thieves. Yeah. But she's worked on herself. She's come out of this being this person who is amazing. She was before, but now she's more enlightened. She's brighter, meaning energy-wise. And she just overall my gosh, she's grown so much. I mean, I've known her probably 5 years. Just in doing little readings for her whenever she'd book a reading. And we talked for like an hour and a half, all right? Just because we had so much in common, so much to talk about. Yeah. Because again, she's an Aries, and she's a cardinal sign like I am, a Capricorn, and we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, especially when we're connected as deeply as Angel and I are. Okay, so Kristen says, when did you know you could speak with spirit? I think my son may be clairvoyant and clairsentient, and not sure. Let me see if I can get that to come out, Kirsten. If I can get the see more to come out. It did. Awesome. Thank you, Spirit. I can do to provide him sense of ease. He said there is always somebody watching me, and it's not human. Okay. So, Kristen, I've always had the voice that I had. My ears have always rang since I was a child, even like 4 or 5 years old. The voice came about 7 or 8 years old. Okay, and it was there to save me from being chased home from school every day. I would hear run, and I would run home as the boys would chase me home to beat me up. Because, I was this little skinny gay boy, and very, very feminine, very whatever. That's just who I was back then. And I was the target. Protected by a lot of guys in the neighborhood, but sometimes I'd have to be by myself, and I'd have to run home. So that was 8 years old, 7, 8 years old for me. Not sure if there's something I can do to provide him a sense of ease. Yes, it is having him talk to you, okay? Having him talk to you and invokes your guys. Okay, Spirit, I'll just use a certain name. Okay, Spirit, Austin usually talks to me about things in the morning or in the afternoon or the night, but today I need you to, I need you to help me receive it, and I need you to help me explain to him what it is. And Kristen, I will guarantee you will say things out of your mouth to him, but you got to ask for the guidance. Because Kristen, I truly believe you're already clairvoyant. That's why he picked you for a mama. Plain and simple. Mom's connected. It's just allowing yourself to, and to, if you want me to, I can talk to him. I can talk to you about what he talked to you about, and I can give you stuff on what to do. Just call me. Yeah, text me, whatever. But call me's better, okay? So, Bill, what should I say if you don't connect with them like you should, Chime? Big chimes right there, okay? Just call me, right? And I can feed you stuff to tell him, and as I do that, your vibration's gonna rise. You'll be like, holy shit, Bill, I can't believe that I'm calling you less and less. Of course you are, because you're already connected. And the things that are not human, it's more than likely ETs, or, which are fine. There's no harmful ETs, everybody. There's not. Or I get this. It probably could be ETs, but Spirit says more likely it's the spirit guides. And how old is he? If he's young, he may just feel that there's somebody watching him. Well, that's them. That's how connected he is to them. Because again, any child born after the year 2000 came with this much baggage and their starseeds. And a child born after 2012 came in with no baggage and their starseeds. After 2020, honey, they are clear from spirit and God. They have nothing at all. That's why they don't connect with 3D energy at all. Yeah, but just call me, okay? Okay, Dr. Jenny, you mentioned a while back we default to 3D because it feels safer for us. Could you talk about this? Okay, so since our soul has been in third dimension for over 12,000 years, when we are in our past lives, when we were not as smart, okay, we would fall back into, how do I save myself? How do I save myself? And it's comfortable, right? I feel safe. Without anybody around, I'm outside the tribe, I'm outside the gang, but I feel safe. I know what to do. I know how to escape, okay? In this lifetime, it's the same thing. We used it extremely well in childhood, able to escape, right? We still received the negative talk, the energy from our mothers and our fathers, our grandmothers, whatever, right? The bullies, whatever it might be. So when we fall back into that, it's into survival mode, we are more comfortable escaping. We are more comfortable standing up. We are more comfortable because our soul and our human, our spirit is, I'm falling back into a comfortable position. I know what to do. Exactly. That's what that is. As you remove yourself from that, okay, you yearn for your fifth dimensional energy because you're above all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. Because 3D is meant to invoke your ego. And your ego is tied to your heart, which is fear. It's fear. Okay? And so it is super, super important that we ascend as quickly as we can by doing our work and allowing ourselves to ascend, right? By surrendering. Because you can't fight it anymore. I mean, that's myself. It's so, 3D is so effing hard. It is such a struggle every freaking day to survive, right? With your spiritual self trying to pull you out of 3D, but I got kids, but I got a job, but I got a husband, but I got a wife, but I got a boyfriend, but I got a girlfriend, but I got a dog. Dog comes with you. Everybody follows you. They do. They do. See? But we're so indoctrinated internally with what feels comfortable for us because we're not that comfortable being alive. We're not. People can't get out of their freaking heads. Trying to figure it out. Figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out. That's ego. That is what you fall back on, right? The default, Spirit just said, the default. See? So the more you can ascend, the more you can think about and think about 5D, work in 5D, allow yourself to float in 5D, the less you have to use the default factor. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Making Angel blush. She's so sweet. Pat, okay. Here is, okay, Ryan, when will I be accepted into the MSW program at U of M for my counseling degree? Okay, Ryan. I haven't talked to you in person in a really long time. So, it'll be 2026 for sure. But Spirit said you got to clean up your energy a little bit. You are, not that it's dirty, but it's focused on other things, Spirit says. Okay? Again, getting your vibration into 5D and then asking for it. I would ask now, set an intention, right? And give them a date. Spirit, I expect to be accepted in the program at U of M by January of 2026. Or you can say December of 2026, or 2025. Yeah, December of 2025. But, you know, yeah, don't fight when they keep saying that Ryan is good when he is in the energy. He's really good at allowing. But once he's out of the energy, if he has this much left inside of him instead of this much inside of him, right, which is full, it's easier for him to float and to receive. But when we get into 3D, right, and everything kind of comes at us, or it's just surrounding us, we can have a tendency to go in and out of believing that we deserve it, believing that it's going to come. You can say that, yeah, I know it's going to come, but do you believe that it's going to come? And if you believe it's going to come, which it's going to, just got to clean it up a little bit. Just got to clean it up a little bit. Set your intention, my friend. Set your intention with your spirit guides, your guardian angels, out loud. Okay. Even if you go into deep meditation, you do it there, it's fine. But you need to hear it. That's the thing. Human has to hear what we're asking for. Because 9 times out of 10, we don't believe it. If it's here, ego can take it and twist it. You know you're never going to get that, right? You know you're never going to get that program, right? You know that, right? Because that's its job, is to keep you safe in the same place unless the tribe's around and you go as a tribe. Okay? Anything else, Ryan, just call me. Okay? All right. Okay, he would have been 8. Okay, so Kristen, yeah, that's usually when, because we have a portal that's opened. I found this out about a couple years ago. We have a portal that's open to our past life till about 6 years old. Okay, and at 6 years old on our birthday or there around our birthday, that portal closes, so we can no longer connect to past lives. Okay, deeply, like know what your name was, how you died, where your grave was, all kinds of things. Okay, so usually 8 years old is a good. Is from what they tell me, it is the time when children are more open to it because they feel more grown, especially starseeds, and you're good. And again, you're a good mom, so your energy is good in your house and things like that. She's a, yeah, we're crazy connected for sure. Okay. Hello, Teresa Parker. He's 10 now. Okay. Yeah. Robin, any message for my brother? Yesterday was his birthday. Robin, just call me or something like that, because I don't want to do that here, because it's too public. Okay. Because I'm now leaving this up on my Facebook page so people can see the interaction between us. Okay. It'll be on YouTube too, but I can't transfer the messages that we go back and forth about on YouTube. So that'll just be the clean version. This will be the version that okay, Robin. So your brother just said this. He's great. Thank you for acknowledging his birthday, and he's glad that you moved. He said you seem much happier. Okay. Anything else? Just go. Okay. Okay. So 3. Yeah. So Dr. Jenna just said, "Oh, 3D is a defense. There's a defense mechanism that makes sense." Exactly. Driving is concerning for me when I'm floating. That's when what you got to do, Angel. You have to say, "Okay, Spirit, I have to drive my car, so I need to be more grounded," and they will ground you. Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, because I'll be driving and I'll start to raise my vibration without even they do that, right? because I'm just chilling out. And I'll say, no, we're in the highway. You got to put me back down. And they've learned that, so they really don't do that anymore because I catch you too fast. Yeah. Oh, what did I do that for? Whoops, sorry guys. Okay, Teresa, his birthday was yesterday. Okay. Hey, Shannon. Ryan says, I hear that. Yeah. So Dr. Jenny, again, the portal to past lives until age 6 matches the brain's heightened ability to grasp language until that age. Ha! There you go. Dr. Jenny's an amazing, she's an amazing female. She's an amazing human. She blows my freaking mind. Yeah, she just blows my mind sometimes with the stuff that she just knows. It's crazy. Trying to get it to come. There we go. I wonder if they are connected. They are, Dr. Jenny. They are connected. They are connected. Thank you for that. Because Spirit went, yep. Well, that it's so funny because they won't give me all of it if somebody in the program or in a Zoom reading or something like that, like a Zoom or meetup and things like that, has something to contribute to that. I'll bring it up because they want me to, and then so people can participate and give me the answer. Again, it blows my mind. The interaction is just like, okay, Bill can't know everything. I am connected, right? So let's see. Hey, Carol. I'm trying to sell my daughter's house. When will I get a viable offer? Okay, Carol. Have you asked for it to sell, number one? Did you ask it to sell at listing? How long has it been on the market? You know you can sell anything, Carol, if you just ask. You know that, right? You probably already have. But do you believe that you can? Because I know who you are. It's just like, yeah. We go through these stages, right? I'll sell by the end of the month for sure. They can't believe it's still on the market, no matter where it's at. But people are afraid. People are afraid. You know. Yep. Orange is hoping that the interest rates crash as the stock market crashes, and that he can look like in his head he can look like a hero. So yeah. Yeah. Yes on both, on market for almost 5 months. Really? Is she still living in the house? Because Spirit's saying that, have you cleared the house? So there's something attached to the house that doesn't want it to get sold. Okay. What that is, but yeah. Carol, just call me. It's easier, okay? I'd love to talk to you. Okay, so that's what we've got on the questions. Okay? Yeah. And Dad's birthday, Teresa. Dad's birthday, and the day before my granny's. Okay. Teresa, is your dad passed? He must have. We're fucking 65 trees. So it's like, yeah. There's, yeah. Okay, so Teresa, okay, hang on. Have you talked to him before through a medium? Because this is your dad. I know it's your dad because I can tell that he's your dad. He's angry. He's pissed off. He's taking the chance to say that he didn't get the life that he thought he was going to have. Therese. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But you're definitely his daughter, he says. She's definitely my daughter. Yep, definitely. She's definitely my daughter. Yeah. Chimes. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else here. Okay. Go back up here, all the way. Wow. Okay. Audrey, are you still here? Hello. Let's see. Kristen. I think I've got them all, everybody. I think I've got them all. I think so. I think so. Oh, Blake, what's up, brother? I'm doing fantastic. How are you? Blake used to live here. He grew up here in Metro Detroit, and he went to work in North Carolina, and now he works for Disney in California. And he met a girl. He's going to get married. Just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Blake, if you got any questions, just put them down there and I'll answer them. Okay, so Shannon, right now kids are going back to school. Real estate slows in October, a huge month for real estate. My sister-in-law, so Carol, I'm assuming this is for you. My sister-in-law is a real estate agent and explains it to me. Got you. Okay. Okay. Dr. Jenny, I had you ask the land and house spirits of my old house to let us go, and then did a thank you offering for them. That makes sense. That makes sense too. Yep. So Tracy, your dad is still here. You're kidding. He's got to be old. Hi, Laura. How you doing? I know he sends the wild horses to me. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Lise. I had a friend ask me to want to come work with them at a new place today. Yay or nay? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Angel says, when will everybody be in 5D? Not till 2035 or 2037. Because there's going to be a mass kill-off of humans also on the planet. We talked about that years ago. Yeah. So share yes, and things can be sold despite the outward belief in certain timeline in the inward belief is strong enough to support. Okay. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Glad you're still here, Audrey. Okay, so Teresa's dad is gone. Okay, yeah, got you. Okay, so Blake's doing well. Getting ready for our wedding in this February. Do you say my sister finding a physician's assistant job soon? Yes, she's trying too hard, Blake. She's trying too hard. She just has to expect them to bring it to her, not chasing it. She's trying to find it. It's too intense. That's why I can't come. That's why I can't come. So Julie, what do you mean by mass kill-off? Okay. Spirit told us in 2019, 2020, 2021, and probably again in 2024 that 10% of the population on the planet will die from disease. In America, it'll be bird flu and COVID. It will happen. It will start in America this year in the fall and all through next year and the year after. But 10% of the population in our country is going to pass away because their third dimensional contract is over with. Okay, they're going to go back to their home planet, so they're not going to be reincarnated again. Okay, their contract is done on the world, on the planet. Okay, and they chose to be in the United States during this transformational period of basically Orange destroying the government and taking all the money, taking all the ruins, and then controlling people and exporting people and things like that. They chose to do that here, to have this be their final lifetime. Yeah. But there'll be a mass die-off. At least 30 million people will die in the next 5 to 7 years. Okay? Yep. Okay? Been told I'll be moving in the future, but I need to know where I'm going and what reason. Okay, Laura, they're never going to tell you where you're going. They're never going to tell you why. Okay? They're never going to tell you anything. You have to allow that to come to you. Keeping your vibration high, okay? Doing your guided meditations, things like that. getting into your spiritual self, Laura, because that's the only way. People like myself cannot tell you when, where, and how. Okay, they will not. If they do, they're pulling at strings. Right now, it's all about us matching the energy in fifth dimension and allowing them to tell us so that you grow into this person that you're supposed to become. Chimes. Okay? Dorothy, the answer is no. It's not ready yet. Already happening, random floods and wiping out group. Yes. Yeah. Lisa. Yeah. I mean, starting, but not on a mass scale. Okay? Not on, bird flu is going to kill a lot of people in America because they've destroyed the vaccines. They've completely destroyed the vaccines, and they don't believe in them anyway. And so, and the reason that they don't believe in them is because they want poor people to die that cannot afford medical care. That's why they got rid of Medicaid. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. Yep. Okay. Again, the next 2-3 years are going to be traumatic for everybody. That's why they're trying to get us to raise our vibration and just pay attention to the circus outside for the things that we need to know to keep us safe. Because there will be a revolution. There will be a revolution. Okay? I was not told that until now. Hey, Carol, how's it going? Probably the last 6 months or so, it has been evident. I've asked them. They say yes. And this is what is amazing, is that they told me 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we got to get you off the mainland. I took that as being, well, cool, you're going to take me now. Awesome, do it. Well, no, it's now. It's getting bad. I saw today that there was just about 6,000 people that were protesting outside the White House yesterday, and he wasn't even there. He was in Mar-a-Lago. So you never know where the orange is going to be. But yeah, it's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a tough road. Okay, a lot of fear. That's what they want. That's what they're putting out there. So Angel, will those that die are only the poor? Pretty much, Angel, yes. Just like the Black Plague and things like that. Okay, because they're amongst the masses. Okay, others will too, but the majority of the people that will pass are the poor. Yeah. Hey, Rusty. So the elderberry and the mullein proliferate. So to me, that tells me respiratory issues are going to be, yes, exactly. Yes. That's what bird flu is. Yes. That's what bird flu is. Yes. So, Rusty knows. Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Thank you for that information. Dr. Jenny, all those DC protests yesterday, Union Station. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, we're going to get into not into the fight or flight. It's in the fight. Okay. And, you'll do whatever you're guided to do, whatever your soul journey is, right? And that is, and there's less of them than there is of the people who are fighting to keep the country. But the country has to fall apart so that we can rebuild it in the image of taking care of folks, right? Taking care of what we're, and Spirit has talked about this for 4 years, whatever, right? No longer going to be top down, it's going to be bottom up, okay? And a lot of Democrats are going to go bye-bye because they're in the same old thing as the Republicans, okay? They're not woke. They're completely focused on wait until 26. Well, Orange can declare martial law and there will be no elections forever, ever again, okay? He can do that. And again, there's no one stopping him. And so we have to understand that the way that we have lived, the way that we have done things in the past no longer works. So if you're watching social media or you're watching the news or something on TV, whatever, right? They're doing the same old thing. Fox is crazy as hell. So is Newsmax. So is all those kind of things. They're propaganda. And I don't care. Again, it is the way it is. Okay? And the Democrats, MSNBC, which is changing its name to, to Now News or something like that, because NBC cast it off. So it wouldn't be liable for anything that it says because they're in bed with Orange. They raked in billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in tax cuts. Okay? They all did. They all did. And as we watch the stock market crash, as we watch those industrial complexes crash to the ground, there's going to be lots of people that are going to be unemployed. And that's what Orange wants. He wants everybody to be fearful. He wants everybody to be hungry, where they can't afford food, that they can't afford their houses. He doesn't care about anything in the country except for being the dictator and being this person on the world stage. Well, guess what? He won't be around that long to do that. And that's when the masses rise up and take back the government. By 2027, 2028, for sure. Okay? We will not make it to 2030, Spirit says, with this right here that's going on. But it's going to get worse in the next year and a half, 2 years, for sure. So I'm not an alarmist. Okay? But Dorothy, I'd put your stuff in a bag under the bed or something. I wouldn't invest at all. You know? And that's just because I don't trust them. And I'm not an alarmist at all, guys. This all comes from them. That why do they want me to get me off the mainland to the island? Because I can do more work there for the country and the world than I can here. Yeah, Dorothy. I would be suspicious if I was doing that. Because once it crashes, it's not coming back. Because that is 3D. Okay, the stock market was meant for people so they say, right? To invest to corporations and things, to be part of the system. That's bullshit. It's to get people to take a chance with their money, and if they lose it, they're poor. And many have done that. Okay? So Rusty, we're no longer in a democracy. Right. We're in the middle of a dictatorship, yes. Orange is taking over things every single day, and so are the minions, okay? And they're just cack, you know. Everybody who's there is absolute evil. In fact, I watched something the other day, and it struck me 100%. Either light or dark. There's no in between. The darkness believes that they're going to win. They believe that this is the right place at the right time. That's like they always did. Well, there's more light than there is dark. And those people who follow the dark will be some of the people that disappear. But there will be a large segment of people who follow the dark who go, what the hell? This is freaking crazy. I just woke up and I can't, no, I can't do that. And the more that they do, beating up on people and killing people and starving people and putting them in concentration camps in freaking Florida, in the freaking swamp, Americans are done. But only 58% of Americans are done, guys. 35% of the population still thinks it's good. Because they're not there yet. But trust me, they can pick your butt up in a minute. White, black, Latin, white, black, brown, Asian, doesn't matter. They can do anything they want to you. And they will if you step out of line. That's a dictatorship. Okay? That's a dictatorship. Let's see if there's anything else in here. What island? Debbie, Maui. Yep, I'll be moving to Maui, I believe, very, 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 very soon. Well, Dorothy, if the stock market goes down, it's not doing that now. But when things hit, I would be very, very. I would think about it. Take some cash out and put it somewhere. Because if they hit the towers and things like that, they can shut down everything in the country anytime they want to. All these corporations are at Orange and the administration's beck and call. They'll do anything to keep their business afloat until there's no business left to float. Yep. Okay, let me see. Yeah, but Paul said 70% won't agree to his policies. Well, yeah, eventually. Oh, the polls say. Right. Well, they can disagree all they want to, Rusty, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to do as they're told for a check. Trust me, he will use the Treasury to pay red states. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but Nebraska is getting ready to file for bankruptcy. The state of Nebraska is going to have to file for bankruptcy because China canceled all the contracts for soybeans and anything else that Nebraska grows, and they have a deficit. They're going to they've already started to run out of money. And unless Orange infuses the state with money, and the farmers are bankrupt, so the corporations come in and buy up the land, and they'll be sharecroppers. Because that's all that will be left available for them. That's the plan, everybody. Look at Russia. Look at Russia, guys. You know, has a lower economy than Finland right now. Those people are starving to death. Starving to death. There's nothing in Russia, and all the oligarchs sit there and eat that, and the population just sits there and dies. Yep. Yeah, Debbie, God help us. Yep. It will, again, Rusty says, it's horrible what they're doing to the farmers. It's crazy. And I'll just say this for the moment. Thank God we have a Democratic governor, a Democratic Secretary of State, and a Democratic AG, and a Democratic Senate in the House, Senate in our government to protect us from the crazies. For now. Okay? Because there's people in the race for governor who are being funded by Trump and all his allies. And that person is Mike Duggan. He's still the mayor of Detroit, did a great job down there, but he is being funded by Betsy DeVos and all these other entities from Trump, okay? Because they want Michigan to stay red. And they want to get rid of everything. I saw today on the news or on something on a feed on the computer that the head of the leader in the House, which is Republican by 3 votes or something like that, 4 votes, whatever, in Michigan, is going after school lunches because you know what? Rich kids don't need to eat for free. Well, that's 2% possibly of the people from Bloomfield Hills and Grosse Pointe, but the rest of them need food because they don't have food. They want to starve those kids to death. And now they're giving school aid to private schools now. And Betsy DeVos is in love with that idea. She's in love with that. Rich old, what do they own? They own that Ponzi scheme thing. Yeah. Amway. Yeah. They're all crooks. They're all crooks. Yes. But thank God we still have a governor that is Democratic till 2026, the elections next year, and AG and Secretary of State, who's running for governor. Okay? It chimes. And she's more than likely going to win. But we have to worry about the voting machines being tampered with, number one. Number two, Orange is now talking about an executive order which gets rid of all voting machines and all mail-in ballots. You got to do it from paper. Click, 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 click. No. He wants to do that, but eventually something has to intervene with that, and it's going to. Okay? Yeah, I love Rusty because she just says that. What kind of effing sick bitch are you when you don't want to feed children? Yeah. It's $1.75 a day, everybody, for 2 meals in school. 2 meals, $1.75, right? Less than $2 to feed a child twice, for breakfast and for lunch. Yeah. And you don't want to do that. Crazy. But then the people on Medicare, it's crazy. The disadvantaged people on Medicare, right? Who, again, the majority of people on welfare are white people in red states, not in blue states. Okay? That's the way it is. It's the way it is. Yeah. Hey, Gail, how are you? I love you. How are you? Thank you for joining. Gail, my friend I've known for 11 years now. We have to vote. Exactly. We have to vote. And hopefully there's a election. You know? Yep. Rusty again. I mean, if we get technical, there's enough on this planet and for everybody to have everything they needed. Exactly. This is the thing. I'm sorry we're going into politics at the end, but I saw a Republican politician saying, number one, that not every job should be a good paying job, but also how that people don't need us to take care of them. We need to be taking care of the vets and the blah blah blah. They use that crap all the time. But they do not fund the VA properly. They cut all kinds of people from the VA, okay, to help with the tax cuts for the mega rich, okay. We don't take care of the veterans at all. We don't build housing. We don't build housing for the homeless. We can solve all those things. We're the richest country on the frickin' planet. The richest country on the frickin' planet. I don't know about the Arab states because they don't count, okay. We are the richest economy, the richest country on the planet. And something has to give, and it's going to. When all those people, and Spirit has said this before, many times, when Elon loses his money, when all them rich people lose their money, because it's gone, right? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They don't know what it's like to be poor. But when all their money is gone, either by losing it, or, this is what Spirit truly has told me quite a few times, the government takes 50% of it for taxes. Because all those people that are in Washington now are gone. They're gone. Because they don't care about anything but themselves. Enriching themselves. Enriching themselves. But again, the energy on the planet is one of healing. The earth, Gaia, is erupting like never before. With volcanoes, with tsunamis, with all kinds of things. There's a reason for that. Reason for that. Climate change. There's a reason for that. They say in Michigan, I mean, there's already acorns out, are falling off the trees. It's going to be a crazy winter. A crazy winter. Right? And in Michigan, the power companies have all this clout in Lansing, in our capital. And there's a committee that's supposed to regulate what they can charge us. Money, 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 money. Everybody's a crook, right? And nobody says anything about it. Well, as states fall, governments do too. Governments do too. So, okay. So, let me get this right here before I forget. Okay. Yes. Okay. So anyway, guys, I got to go get my car from the dealership. So thanks everybody for joining me. I'll see you guys next week, Thursday at 3 for Coach for the Soul. If you want to join the memberships, billhobart.com. Come and join us. It's a freaking great time, and you'll learn a whole lot of stuff. You'll be open to all kinds of cool stuff. Readings through the end of the month, $85 for 30 minutes and $115 for 60 minutes. And if you got questions, you know where to find me. Everything's good. Let me know. Email, text, call, whatever. All right? So, everybody, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This was a hell of a freaking Coach for the Soul. I am amazed at what comes to us, right? And we'll do it again next week, Thursday at 3, Coach for the Soul. See you guys.